Tell you what though, as long as we're not playing on Amazonia, I'm happy. Yeah, I was also in the TeD Cup. I was the one lobbying hard against Amazonia. I have many text exchanges with TeD about AZ and map pool in general. And we do have 2 new maps for this TeD Cup. Number 16, Shallow Grave and Springtime are included for the first time. And we've seen plenty of Springtime already. Seems to be a very popular map amongst players, by the look of things. Swamp of Sorrows. I don't think I know that map. Swamp of Sorrows? I don't think so. Alright, so Archmage and Lich are out. On this map, many undeads will not try to expand, but rather be aggressive and prevent a human expansion. But here, seems like Labby is taking the more passive approach. He is in general a player who likes expanding, and here we go, that is the expansion attempt, and Sok is doing the same. AM, of course, creeping a bit faster with the water elementals and with militia. Wait. The Lich used 2 Novas already for creeping. I feel like that's a mistake, isn't it? When it comes to the skirmishes, he's gonna have way less mana. Alright, we'll see how it goes. Normally the Lich will always try to be aggressive on level 2, take out some peasants, hurt the economy for the human. Labby's not doing that yet, but 2 ghouls are moving out, just a little bit of pressure. Great creeping by Sok, by the way. Took basically no damage on the peasants, just a little bit here. And that's a fast level 3, and I think this is a great start for Sok indeed. And I'm not sure if it's exactly the perfect strat to play this passively on this map for Undead, because as you can see, the AM gets level 3 here very easily, and Lich still has ways to go, but with Nova might be able to get the kills. But level 2 water elementals this early in the game are of course very helpful. Oh, nice denies. Denies here count for a lot, obviously, because of the level 3 being so close. Look at that. The expansion finishes without a single peasant dying beforehand. If now the Arcane Tower finishes as well, this is a perfect early game for Sok. Only lost a single peasant so far, plus 1 footy. This is absolutely sensational so far for the Korean human. He had the militia called, but notices he doesn't even need the militia. Why? Because he has level 3 already, and the AM is very strong now defensively. And could even think perhaps about a counterattack, but the Haunted Goldmine is already finished. But this is indeed a very good start for Sok. Only issue for him is he is low lumber. Very low lumber, so the tech will still take a while. I think Lab should really try to prioritize finding kills with the Nova, get the experience on the footies, and get that level 3. Yeah, I think using 2 Novas for creeping was a big mistake, honestly. If you had used only 1, then you would have had 1 more Nova in the skirmish, get more kills, get level 3, and then, you know, move on from there. Oh, the shot very far forward. Bit of a questionable position here. And now Sok is playing his Water Elemental Power Spike very well. There we go, though. That was a nicely timed Nova. Gets that kill and is finally level 3. Tech begins on both sides. In fact, Sok is ahead in the tech. This is like the perfect early game for Sok. This is looking absolutely wonderful. Shot also going to be taken out.
A player's forces are under attack.
Getting remade at the expansion. I like that. And it's of course the issue in the early game. Dealing with the water elementals with only ghouls is not easy. But the Lich is supposed to deal with the footies quite well. That also so far hasn't been the most effective. He's struggling with low mana the whole time, it seems like. AM took took some damage, running back. The shop's already there. Blacksmith coming. Second tower. We got a lumber mill here. Would love to see these peasants transfer down here for more lumber, but now that I think of it, maybe the lumber mill would have been placed better here, because if he puts the peasants there, maybe they open up the trees. Might get a bit weird, but yeah, we'll take a look on. We keep an eye on, on the lumber count for the human. At the moment, it's looking great. 400 lumber almost here for Sock. And keeping up the pressure. Granite with the second ziggurat. Ideally, want to have that up way earlier and upgrade into a spirit tower if you have to. This position right here, for example, would be great for a spirit tower. And the Lich always low mana. Why is he always low mana? I think he just simply hasn't been spamming Dark Ritual enough. If you play Lich first, you always have to have Skellies out, and you always have to spam Dark Ritual. Labby, with a few mistakes here on map 1, and Sock is playing this pretty much flawless. And I would say he hasn't even been tested that much. Here we go, tier 2 finishes. How much lumber we got? 600 lumber for Sock. This is perfect. He can rush tier 3 right away, go for the second hero, maybe even go for some Sanctums. Or you could just go Knight's Gyros, I guess. Knight's Gyros normally is the way you stabilize mid-game and early on tier 3, and only later you need to transition into mortar teams maybe, or breakers maybe. But Knight's Gyros is the meat and potatoes that you want at the start. Also, Sock very low on towers, saving lots of resources. More farms. The base build is kind of weird, but, you know, timing-wise, the macro is looking great. And ideally, you know, the Lich in this matchup wants to get level 3 fast, get more and more kills, Dark Ritual over and over, get level 4, get even more mana, get even more kills, and then get a fast level 5, where the level 3 Nova is super strong. But if the Lich is somewhat slowed down, like we see here, it's a very different story. And I would say that Sock, in fact, has a big lead this game. Oh, we do see one Sanctum, by the way. Interesting. Double Rags, double Workshop, and a Sanctum. Fiends now coming out. Double Slaughterhouse on the undead side. This is all pretty standard, but it's been, indeed, a good early game for Sock. Just when you think of the losses, he lost only a single peasant. This whole game, only one single peasant goes down. That is the human dream. That's when the economy is churning like crazy. MK gonna get a fast level 2. I've criticized Sock before for not getting enough clap, and I think that is a fair, you know, critique. So I hope this time he's gonna go clap. Oh, and he is. Okay, nice. Big invuln, Ring of Protection, good items also for the MK. Seems like Sock is going to be able to fit the pally into his 50 supply and maybe creep with that pally a bit before going into upkeep. This is all as good as it gets for the human, honestly. And with the 5 production buildings, when he really needs to produce, he can jump up in supply super fast if he has the gold. Which seems like he certainly does. Labby. He's getting ready for the timing. Tier 3 is coming, ghouls are moving out. He will, of course, need Frenzy. This is where the human can get caught off guard if he doesn't produce fast enough, if the Frenzy push hits him too early. Oh, but look at the timing for production. It's looking good for Sock. He's not trying to be too greedy. He's going into upkeep and is getting ready for the push, and it seems to work out perfectly. The MK's level 3 before the first fight. This is a perfect game for Sock. This is just simply perfect. Six units coming out at the moment, including the Paladin hero for Sock. Second attack upgrade also already. Knights will be 2-1 upgraded instantly. What a wonderful game. Picture perfect game for Sock indeed. Thank you, by the way, BB with the resub, and James Lewin as well. He says, thanks for all the coverage. Hope the entire team is doing well. Thank you. I'm doing well. I think the other boys are doing well as well. Neo right now is on a train and going to a concert. Wait, I mean a festival rather. It's going to be gone for the weekend. Alright. First Fiend taken out. Labby, he has a level 4 Lich, but he only has a level 2 DK. He doesn't look fight ready. Very much unlike Sock. He's got a big supply lead, which is kind of unheard of in this matchup. There's Burrow. There's also Detection. flying machines do grant true sight. Book of the Dead has been popped. Oh, and seems like Sock indeed does not want to fight against the Book of the Dead. I like how he used all the mana on the MK, and now that he's dry, he's falling back to the shop. Can get the cleric, he's running. And there's still some creep camps left. Supply has gotten closer though. Did he lose some knights? I didn't quite see. It's indeed not many knights. Would love to see a few more of those. And we have some more in queue. Once the human gets 2 or even 3 staffs up, he can be super cost efficient. Right now 3 destroyers in the air, not making things so easy. Gyros are ready against them. Wait, they don't have flag cannons, do they? Oh, Sock. Looks like he forgot about flag cannon upgrades. Coming now. It's a bit late. MK using most of the clap, not so much Stormbolt. The Gyros are losing the air battle, though the destroyers might be able to take over the fight. But of course, Gyros produce very quickly from the workshops. And as far as the ground goes, the Knights are still looking strong, as they often do, always do pretty much against Fiends. That's level 3 on the DK. Huge level up right there. But the Dark Ranger falls, the Fiend goes down as well. It's level 4 on the Archmage, and now we have a lot of mana to work with also. Water Elemental summoned, perhaps a bit of a waste. But what about the Lich? Dangerous position for him, but there is still another coil. The burrows so far have done pretty much nothing. The Paladin also able to reach level 2, goes for the Divine Shield just to be on the safe side. And the MK is getting closer to 4. He's got so much mana regen with the Sobi, with the Brilliance. Another Stormbolt here should net the next kill. The Fiend is almost begging for it. Sock, though, doesn't want to overchase, I suppose. He's, in fact, down in supply as we see a transition coming. Double Temple of the Damned. Labby is getting ready for Banshees. Sock needs to scout this sooner rather than later. And upon seeing it, we'll need more breakers against Curse. And also more teams. DK, though, what's going on with him? Almost going down, taking lots of damage. MK also in trouble. Invoke Potion saving both heroes. And now the gyro count is there where it needs to be. Now the air superiority should go to the human. DK goes down, MK level 4, level 2 Stormbolt flies, and the Lich might go down if he's surrounded here. He's dead. Not quite surrounded, but might still fall. One last right click and a Holy Light finding the kill, and that is GG. And a very strong performance by Sock. This was basically a perfect game. And yeah, Last Refuge, maybe not the right map to play counter expansion. Maybe that map you have to rather play aggressively as the undead. Because if the human is left alone, it's such a perfect map to creep on, get level 3, play the expansion at a good timing. And Sock with a very solid, very strong first game. But next map is going to be Labby's choice, and I'm sure this one's going to suit the undead much more. In my opinion, Last Refuge has been the human map for a long time. Even before the Ghoul build days, even in the TeD Fiend days. But, you know, that's been a while. Map number 2 is going to be, Echo Isles. And this one is a map made for fast expanding. Very good for undead fast expansion. And I've even seen crazy stuff like Dreadlord play here. But LabyRinth normally loves the Lich first. So anything but the Lich would indeed be quite the surprise. Yep, good point by Dondo. Sock might take the Northern Expo. Yeah, I think this is what he does most of the time. And it's just a pretty cool natural creep route. You take the green next to your main, then you go out in the middle, take the green with the slippers, that's level 2. And you can call the militia and take the expansion in the north. And if you secure that base in the north, then it's going to possibly make for an easy third base in the super late game if you need to go there. Alright. Seems like Sock is ready. We're waiting for LabyRinth. Sock just asked for a ping equalizer. That worries me a bit. Some players have issues with a ping equalizer and it can lead to desyncs between the different Warcraft clients, which means that the game, you know, will crash and we have to restart. And especially Sock, this seems to happen to a lot with the desyncs. Well, fingers crossed that it doesn't happen today. Let's see. Map number 2. We are on Echo Isles. And, you know, despite the fact that Hippo said that I hate Echo Isles, that is not exactly true. This new version, version 2.2, I think is a really well-made and balanced map. Just old Echo Isles was a catastrophe. But the new one's pretty cool. Alright, what do we have? Ghoul build by Labby, no surprise here. We are certainly expecting fast expansions on both sides. There was a time when Sock was quite fond of MK first, but if he wants to creep this northern base and expand here, he will most certainly need water elementals. And it is the Archmage. Seems like Sock doesn't feel that the MK is so reliable anymore. And I would agree on most maps. I think MK is still the shit on Terranosstand, but every reasonable undead out there should probably veto Terranosstand. That is just always the best human map ever. Yeah, in every matchup actually. Wait, he's stripping the mercap? Really? Or he might just be getting the Shadow Priest. Oh, he's just sniping the Shadow Priest. Okay. If you can keep it alive, it's super good for healing up the Archmage after he got Nova'd. But the Shadow Priest is also very frail. But I guess if the Lich uses the Nova to kill the Shadow Priest, that's one less Nova on the Archmage. So yeah, I like the Shadow Priest a lot here, actually. Labby is also going for the Shadow Priest. They are both servants of God with their priests. I appreciate that. Thank you, Charlie, with the resubs. Is Remo the man? And Charlie Silent with the resub as well. Nice items for the Archmage. More HP and more damage. Muy bien. Oh, but it's not the Northern Expo. We see the militia have been called southward. And Labby is sort of scouting in both positions. Wait, what? Shadow Priest in the middle of the map. Okay. Alright, bro. And now the Lich taking the bigger camp. Gets to level 2 and beyond. Seems like he's creeping this camp with very few units. Where are all the ghouls? Where are all the ghouls at? All the ghouls ran home, I guess.
A player's forces are under attack.
Power build begins. And the Undead expansion is already on the way. Unless the Undead expansion gets cancelled here. It's going to be finishing almost at the same time as the Human Expo. Although that, of course, will be a bit faster. The Archmage reaches level 3 a bit earlier. And we've seen before how potent the level 2 Water Elementals can be. There's going to be some dispel against them. But not much. Archmage with a Telestaff. I like that. At the moment, there's not so much scouting info for Sock, so he doesn't know if the Lich may show up to harass. Again, the Lich super low mana, by the way. Used, I think, 3 Novas for creeping. Or I guess 2 Novas for creeping and 1 for the footy. And look at the Archmage. Pushing into the main base where there's low HP ghouls. And there's no narrow tower yet. Oh, okay. Nice save right there. Double Shadow Priest. Okay, that's one way to deal with Water Elementals. Oh, got him. Ping pong. Lich, though, did reach level 3 thanks to the Water Elemental. And both players managed to keep their economies safe. No peasants died yet. No acolytes died yet. The expansion wasn't cancelled. And I think that's good for the human. Having all these peasants alive to have the necessary lumber for the quick tech is so valuable. And there's the tech. Here's the lumber mill.
A player's forces are under attack.
And Labby is going to follow suit in just a second. Shadow Priest for Sock still alive. Very valuable. This is normally where a shop should be started. Now that the tech has begun. There's the shop. Archmage with the boots as well. Alright, first serious attack. AM needs to be very careful with his positioning. Some militia might be needed here to defend. And they have been called from the north. Losing lots of peasants here would be painful. It means lumber is going to be significantly limited. Archmage. Now going to staff out. Low HP. And now having Shadow Priest is so good. Super valuable. Healing up right now. Buying time for the Arcane. Which keeps creeping. And again, Sock's economy. Super safe. Building a bit of a wall here once again. I feel like 1 or 2 more towers would also be prudent. I like the Shadow Priests aren't on auto heal, so that there's more mana for Dispel. 1. And Lich already beyond level 3.5. Archmage needs to be careful though. If the Lich eats the ghoul, he's gonna have a Nova. But importantly, Shadow Priest is still alive. Ready for some more healing. Alright, let's compare the techs. Human tech again, ahead, and the lumber again looking pretty good. Actually looking very good. 500 lumber, that is tremendous. And upgrades coming early. This is super cool. Early night upgrades, when they'll be pumping out, getting pumped out, I mean, on tier 3, they'll already be nicely upgraded. Earlier we saw them with 2-1 upgrades quickly. That is absolutely perfect. And we're expecting the double workshop again. Once more fortifying the expansion. Archmage with a... Is it a heal potion or a heal scroll? I think it was a heal potion, right? After the Nova. Triple Shadow Priest. Okay. Seems a bit extreme. They do soak up supply. And those Shadow Priests are not good at all in the late game. Sock's looking confident. He's pushing forward, not afraid of this Lich. And now we got the level 4 Lich. That means more mana. MK though shows up. That should be an easier kill on the units. Trying to go for the Lich. Don't think he gets that kill. Oh, and now it's a feeding frenzy. That fiend should also go down. Shadow Priest could be next on the list. But not too many footies left. Sock is gonna fall back. Maybe. And the tech keeps progressing. Honestly, this game, this whole series looks like just going completely according to plan for Sock.
A player's forces are under
He's getting
attack.
the Sanctum again. So once more he'll be able to produce like crazy once he's on tier 3. His bank again is looking good. LabyRinth pushed into upkeep earlier. He's losing lots of gold, but he wants to again be dangerous with the fast Frenzy timing, and Frenzy will soon be ready. But the human tier 3 is faster. Sock not wasting a second. Going for the Paladin instantly upon reaching tier 3, and also not waiting with the upkeep. Night production begins right away. He's not waiting for more upgrades. He's not waiting for annual war train. He wants to be ready if he has to be. But there's still some time. Tier 3 for Labby. Only finishing now. He will want to start Frenzy right away, and he does. We have one Priest as well for a little bit of healing. I like that. Levels this time for Sock, not so crazy. This MK didn't rush super fast level 3. He's gonna get level 2, and the M's gonna get level 4. That's also good. But it's not as crazy as we saw before on LR, where the MK was leveled so quickly. So I guess this game is looking better for Labby than map 1. But I would still give the edge to Sock. Normally, the bigger that the army gets, the higher level that all heroes rise, the better it is for human. But there are some caveats. With Coil Nova getting crazy, of course, there's always also a big threat from the undead. But the undead heroes do pretty well on low level already, whereas the human heroes really need high levels. And especially Pally level 3 is a huge level up. MK level 4 is a massive benchmark. A lot of accuracy found. Not bad for the gyros and maybe some breakers. Adept training even. Wait, where's the priest? So this priest is supposed to dispel the silence. Excuse me. Dispel the silence. And if he does manage that, he's going to negate the Dark Ranger, which would be quite nifty, but he's pretty low mana. Alright, both players around 70 supply. Destroyer's being morphed, and it's a big Nova. Ooh, that's a fat Nova. That's not a good start to the fight at all for the human. It's going to be one Knight going down at least. Second Knight might also fall, but there's a Holy Light keeping it safe for a little bit longer. The Destroyer damage is significant here while they have the mana. So just trying to wait for the mana to disappear. MK gets in front with the clap. He might be dead here. MK a bit suicidally, just running in. Didn't time it perfectly with the militia. Let's just get the gyros and win the air battle. It's a few gyros, but not that many. Level 2 in the Paladin's reach, but he's low mana himself. Supply lead is on LabyRinth's side. He's getting more and more kills, it seems like. Destroyers might go down. Gyros are doing the necessary job. Still got level 5. The power of the level 3 Nova now is immense. Oh, the Knight actually gets away. Every unit here now counts. It's become pretty scrappy. Again, the burrow doesn't lead too much. Knight goes down in the end. Wasn't quite perfectly saved. Supply is still very even. But now the Lich is super scary. The undead hero levels, they might be taken over. The MK not being level 3 here was certainly a problem. But Paladin gets level 3, and that is a big level up in itself. Will be especially helpful for the MK, who's almost back. like no destroyers will be made anymore here, which also means that gyros won't be useful anymore. Still quite a bit of mana on Labby. Waiting for the MK. He brings the aggressive potential. Sock doesn't have a second staff yet. So he needs to be careful with his heroes. That MK definitely overstepped earlier. And also some gyros getting caught here. Of course the gyros not necessarily so needed at the moment, but you never know when more destroyers might be morphed. There's still 3 statues on the ground. So I was trying to set up some towers here. The rules will put an end to this. Invul potions also hugely important. Only one shop, of course, on this here map. Invul goes down, that's a bit more experience.
A player's forces are under attack.
We don't have many creeps left at all. Labby is getting the last really big camp on the map. There's a few smaller ones still they could go for. So actually Labby still has lots of creeping available. Sock also knows about it. He's scouting everything with the gyros. Where's the army? Here it is. MK's trying to get the level 3. I'm not sure if he should go Clap or Stormbolt here. Both would be very valuable. And he decides for Clap, wasting no time. By the way, the priest now has lots of mana. So ideally, you want to have the priest far in the back so it doesn't get nuked and doesn't get silenced. And then you can use the priest to dispel the silence on the paladin. That can be pretty complicated to micro perfectly in the heat of battle. But that is the ideal scenario. And now it's going to be about the 3rd base. Obviously, whoever claims this 3rd base will win the game, the so-called stalemate breaker. It's a lot of fiends, by the way. Not the best position for the knights to fight in. You want to be in a wide open area where the knights can attack the fiends easily. But Lich Nova is doing so much damage, dude. Valuable A-bomb addition in front. The knights should not be on A-click. They shouldn't be attacking the A-bomb. You need to put them on the fiends manually. MK in trouble again. I think we just saw the dispel. The knights taking so much damage. The fiends are very well positioned. The Dark Ranger in front is blocking. Now she's also taking a bit of damage herself. Sock though running out of mana. I think Sock will have to retreat here. MK has nothing left in the tank. Paladin with the last Holy Light. Sock may have to TP out here. There's the TP now, trying to get out. He also got the Master Training, by the way. The Knight somehow survived. And that means the expansion is broken. These towers will easily fall. And I think Sock has to look for a better fighting position. Like, in a position like this, the fiends are tucked away, you can't really reach them. So you want to fight out in the open, where you can manually put the knights on the fiends much more easily. And also, he had now enough time for more staffs. Now there's triple staff available. We can see the knights in the main base. Healing as much as they can. $80 supply versus 72, but the Lich counts, realistically speaking, for much more than 5 supply. DK level 4, also good level up there. Dark Ranger 3. Labby's levels are looking very good.
Players' forces are under attack.
It's the upgrades on the knights. 2-1 only. Would love to see more upgrades for them. Especially armor upgrades. 2-1 also on the fiends. Now Sock is doing it smarter. He's trying to use the towers as bait to then jump in from behind. He's also got inner fire now. I think destroyers will be needed. Yep, destroyers are morphed. Are there gyros in the air to counter? Yes. Oh, look at the gyro flank from the other side. Beautifully set up by Sock. Oh, this engagement is wonderful. What a sick engagement. If Carson saw this, he would be pogging out like crazy. Oh, DK in front, almost dead, trying to survive. Invoke potion, transfer, not successful. DK goes down, and without the healing and the aura, I think this should be curtains. Supply lead now evident. Not too much mana on the MK anymore, but it might not matter. The destroyers actually win the air battle, but more gyros can always be made. And knights are indeed taking off damage from these destroyers with the magic. But the Dark Ranger might not be long for this world. Yep, with a Holy Light, that's the end. Stormbolt flies, Lich might also be dead. One more Holy Light, and that's it. Sock with a beautiful game. What an engagement. That was just wonderful. Baiting the destroyers, the gyros were ready. And that is a clean, a very well played 2-0 victory for Sock in the first series of the day.